Welcome back to another tutorial. I hope we're doing okay. I hope we're doing great. So today we're going to be making this hairband cover. It is the cutest thing. I made one already, so we're going to be making the second one. And it is currently cinched up right now. So this is what it looks like when it's opened up. Yeah. So when you put it over your hair, it becomes cinched up like so. So we're going to be making the second one right now. So for materials, you're going to be needing a DK weight yarn. I am currently using a 5-ply milk cotton yarn for this. For the hook size, we're going to be using a 4mm hook for the main bun parts, and we're using a 3.5mm hook to be making the strap for the bun. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter if you use the same 4mm hook for the strap, but I'm just using that because I just wanted my chain to be a bit tighter. We're also going to be using a lighter and scissors, your tapestry needle to weave in your ends, and stitch marker. This tutorial is absolutely beginner friendly. Any beginner can make this hairband. Okay, so to begin, we are going to make a slip knot. If you are an absolute beginner and you want to learn crochet basics like from the beginning, just let me know. I can make videos concerning crochet basics for you. Oh, remember that we're going to be using our 4mm hook to make the main bun. So round 1, we make a slip knot and we then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, we're going to slip stitch into the first chain we made, and this would enable us to be able to form a ring. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook and pull through. So we formed a ring over there. So now we're going to start round 2. So for round 2, we need to form 8 petals, and in order to do that, we're going to first chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next, we're going to single crochet into the middle of the ring that we formed in round 1. So we're going to insert our hook in the middle and yarn over and make a single crochet into the ring. So now we formed 1 petal. So what I'm also going to do is, as I'm forming my petals right now, I'm going to be carrying over my tail end here, so it's just automatically woven in and I won't have to weave this in anymore. So I'm going to treat it like it's part of the ring here. So we've made 1 petal, so we have to make 7 more. I told you we're going to make 8 petals, so we have to make 7 more of this. So the pattern for round 2 is chain 9 and single crochet into the middle of the ring. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you single crochet in the middle. So we're going to do this till we have 8 petals in total. If you feel like you're running out of space for the petals, you can easily push the petals down and you have more space to work with. So I'm at my last petal. I have chained 9. So I'm making my last petal. Next, I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain here from the first petal. So this might be quite tricky because your chains might be too tight, but you have to try your best to work your way in there and make that slip stitch. This is what we're having now. We've made 8 petals. For round 3, we have to find a way to get to the top of this petal to be able to start the round. So what we're going to do is we're going to make slip stitches all the way to the top. And if you count properly, it means that we have 4 chains from that first petal that we made. So we're going to make 4 slip stitches into the 4 chains on that first petal. Like I said, this is so that we're able to get to the top of the petal to actually start the stitches for the round. You might find it difficult to put your hook into the chain, and if you try and it's not working, you can always switch to a smaller hook to just make the slip stitches. I'm also even having it difficult. Sometimes it's like that. So I'm going to make that's 1 slip stitch, the second slip stitch. This is the 3rd slip stitch. And we're now at the 4th slip stitch. And the 4th slip stitch lands at the top of the petal, like so. We can now switch back to our hook. So to properly start round 3, chain 1, we're going to make 3 single crochets into this petal. Your chain 1 counts as a stitch, by the way. So we have 1, 2, 3. Next, we're going to chain 2 and make 4 single crochets into the next petal. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to repeat this pattern, which is chain 2 and make 4 single crochets. So for the first petal, why it was just 3 single crochets is because, like I said, the chain 1 we started at the round counted as a stitch. So technically it became 4 single crochets instead of 3. So the pattern for round 3 is chain 2, 4 single crochet into the petal. So we're going to repeat this till the end of the round. So that's chain 2 and then 4 single crochets. That's 4. Then chain 2, 4 single crochets into the petal top. Okay, so I'm at the last petal now. I've done 3 single crochets. This is my 4th single crochet. So to end the round, chain 2 and I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain that I made to start the round. This is what we're having now. At the end of round 3, we should have 48 stitches in total if you count the single crochets plus the chain 1 that we made at the beginning. That's 48 stitches in total. For round 4, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to single crochet into every stitch around in the previous round we had 48 stitches, so at the end of this round you should also have 48 stitches. So we're going to make single crochets all through. When you get to your chain space that you made from the previous round, you make 2 single crochets in there because those are also part of the stitches. So make sure you don't miss any stitch. In order to make this easier for you, remember you did 4 single crochets and 2 chains, so let's make sure that you can also follow that counting number. So just make single crochets round and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I'm at the end of the round. I'm making my last 2 single crochets. So to end the round, I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain. So we now have this. It's like a little orange slice. For round 5, we're going to chain 4. We're going to skip the first single crochet here, which is literally under our chain 4. And we're doing that because, like I said, the chain 4 counts as a stitch. Then we're going to double crochet into the very next stitch. So we're skipping this first one here and we're double crocheting into the next stitch. Like so. So next we're going to chain 2 and we're skipping the next stitch and making a double crochet into the following stitch. So chain 2, skip 1 stitch and make a double crochet into the next stitch there. As you can see. So now the pattern for round 5 is chain 2, skip the next stitch and place a double crochet into the following stitch. So we're going to continue on and on like that. Chain 2, skip 1 stitch, double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so I'm at my last double crochet now. I'm skipping 1 stitch and inserting a double crochet into the next stitch. So to end the round, I'm going to chain 2 and then slip stitch into the second chain from the first chain 4. So 1, 2. It's a bit tight. So Ella, you force it in there. Okay, got it. So we're going to slip stitch and there we have it. So this is what we have. So you should have 23 double crochets around, apart from the chain 4 that you did first. Let's count. And what I mean by that is we're not counting this first chain 4 that we used to start the round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So if we're including the first chain 4 that we did, is going to make it 24 double crochets. So this is what we're having now. So this is the basis of our hair bun. As you can see, it's the basis of our hair bun. Next thing we're going to do now is to start the increase. Round 6, we're going to chain 5, 3, 4, 5. Part of this chain 5 counts as a double crochet. So we're going to double crochet into this previous chain space here. So there's one double crochet here. So next we're going to chain 3. Remember in round 5 we did chain 2s for the mesh. So now we're going to make an increase and make it chain 3. So basically the concept of the increases is to make an increase in the first chain to start your round and to make an increase in your chain spaces. So round 5 we started the round with chain 4, but in round 6 we're starting the round with chain 5. In round 5 we made chain 2 spaces, but in round 6 we're going to make chain 3 spaces. So that's the whole concept of the increase. We've chained 3, then we're going to double crochet into this previous chain 2 space. And that's what we're going to repeat in our pattern. Chain 3, double crochet into the previous chain space, chain 3, double crochet into the previous chain space, and we're just going to continue on like that. So this increase basically determines your sizing that you want. So I'm using my bun as my determinant for my sizing, and for me it's going to be like 2 rows of increases. So after this round I'm going to do another round of increase, and if you feel like you want a bigger size or a bigger bun, you would make more increased sizes. But I think even if you want a bigger bun, you probably just make one extra one than mine. But let's continue on. I'm making my last double crochet into that space there. I'm going to chain 3 and end the round by slip stitching into the chain 3 space there in the first chain. Like so. So this is what we have now. You can see that the circle has gotten bigger. So like I said, this increase rounds determine your sizing. So I'm going to make one more increase round because against my bun, that's what my bun needs basically. So for round 7, I'm going to make another increase and chain 6. I'm going to double crochet into the following chain space here. And like I mentioned in the previous round, to make an increase, you increase the number of chains basically. So the previous round I did chain 3 spaces. So now I'm going to do chain 4 spaces. 4. And make a double crochet into the previous chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4. And make a double crochet into the previous chain space. So we're going to go on and on like that until we're done with the increased. So like I mentioned, if you feel like you want a larger bun, you make another row of increased. So if you're making another row, it means that when you're done with this round, you're going to chain 7 and make chain 5 spaces. I hope that's clear. So I'll meet you at the end of this round because this is where I'm ending my increase. Okay, so I'm at my last chain space now. So I'm going to make a double crochet. I'm going to chain 4 and slip stitch into the third chain from the first chain. So this is what we're having. Okay, so I am done with my increase rounds. Like I said, if you want to make another increase round, you make another one, but I'm stopping at round 7. For round 8, we're going to chain 1 and make 1 double crochet into the chain 4 space there. Then we're going to make a single crochet into that same chain space. The chain 1 counts as a stitch, like a single crochet stitch. Next, we're going to make a single crochet, double crochet, and single crochet into the next chain space. So make a single crochet, a double crochet into the same chain space, and another single crochet. So we're going to continue this pattern throughout. Single crochet into the chain space, the double crochet into that same chain space, and another single crochet. So we move to the next chain space, make a single crochet, a double crochet, and a single crochet. So while you're going at it, you'll already notice that it's curving a little bit, as you can see. So we're just going to finish this. Okay, so I'm at my last chain space, so I'm going to complete that. Single crochet, double crochet, and a single crochet. Then I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain space there to end the round. This is what we're having. It's recurving a little bit, so you can have it like this. This is going to be the wrong side, as you know. This is the front side or right side. So to start round 9, we're going to chain 3. So your chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So we're not going to be working in the stitch right under the chain because it's already a stitch. It counts as a stitch. So we're making 3 double crochets into the next 3 spaces. We're skipping this one, like I said, because it already has a stitch there. And we're making 3 double crochets into the next 3 stitches. So for clarity, you have 4 double crochets. Next, we're going to chain 1. We're skipping the next stitch and making 4 double crochets next. So the chain 1, skip the next stitch and make a double crochet into the following stitch. another one until we have 4 double crochets. 3, 4. So that's what we're going to be repeating. Chain 1, skip 1, and make 4 double crochets next. 2, 3, 4. So as you can see, that helps us to create eyelets. So it's 4 double crochets, chain 1, skip 1, 4 double crochets. So we're skipping 1, chain 1. So we're going to repeat this pattern till the end of the row. I'm at the end of the round and it ended at 2 double crochets. So I'm just going to chain 1 at the end there and slip stitch into the first double crochet there. This is what we have. So now you can actually fasten off. Yeah, so we're actually done with the main bun. Next, we're going to make the cord. I'm using a smaller hook size, 3.5mm hook. And in making this cord, you can either just make chains to your desired length and leave it as chains, or you can make a single crochet strap. So it's just basically your choice. For my first bun, I chained my desired length and went back in with single crochet just to make it stronger. So for the strap, I'm going to make a slip knot and chain our desired length. You just make it long enough that it can go around, and even when it's not cinched up, you still have a tail right there. This was the toe of thumb. So let's make the cord for this. Okay, so you can either leave it as a chain like this, but I find that, with time, because you will be tying this, it'll be stretched out, and just to make it more durable, I'm going to just put single crochets into this. So a trick I like to do is I cut out a separate piece of yarn and I place it together with my chain. I want to actually make this single crochet, but I need it stronger so it also doesn't stretch too much. So what I do is I just basically carry along this separate piece of yarn and single crochet over it. This actually gives me a thin strap and still very durable. It doesn't actually stretch once you do this. So it's just basically working single crochets, but I'll be carrying this extra yarn inside. We start this by working a single crochet into a chain like so, but you're carrying over this yarn and working over it. So it's basically going to be embedded into your chain. As you can see, make sure you leave out a tail end for the extra yarn like so. So you get your single crochet strap but more durable. So I'm just going to do this till the end of the chain that I made. So this way you get your single crochet strap, but there's yarn embedded inside to make it not stretch. It doesn't stretch once you do this. So I'm at the end of my single crochet, so I'm just gonna chain 1 and fasten off. So you can see the tail end of the extra yarn that is inside there. And this is what I have. I have a single crochet strap, but it's thicker and it's actually not stretchy. It's not stretchy at all. It's not stretchy at all. So what we're going to do now is to tie the ends, make a double knot. Be careful with this other end to tie it without dragging it. And we'll go to the other end and we can just tie this however we can. Make a double knot. So what I'm going to do now is to get my lighter and burn this off, making sure that the burnt section is going to be at the back of the strap. It's just to secure this. It's your choice if you want to weave in your ends, to be honest, but this is my own bun, so I'm just going to burn it off. If this was a custom order, I would weave in the ends and then burn it off. But this is my bun. I'm not going to stress myself. So I'm going to burn this off. So here's my strap ready. So next you can weave in your ends or burn them off. So to fix the strap into the eyelet, we're going to start from where we started and ended the hair bun cover from. We're going to insert the strap in and out of the eyelets that we created. So we're going front and back, back and front. So we're going to do this all the way till we get to the end. Okay, so we've fixed it in the last one, and you can see that we can drag this and cinch it up. So that's how we get the bun cover. Let's check the second one out too. So here's two of them. They're really cute. They look like two orange slices, and you can make your strap longer if you want. If you had any questions and need more clarity on certain things, just let me know in the comments. I'm right there with you. If you need the written pattern for this, it will be in the description below. Also comment what you want me to improve on in making my tutorials. I really want to improve. Let me know what you think I should make next. So thank you so much for joining me on this tutorial. Happy crocheting and have a great time. Bye.